My friend, have you ever met someone who made you feel like you were suffocating? Like the very air around them was thick with negativity? Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained, confused, or manipulated? There are people in this world who do not build, they destroy. They do not uplift, they pull you down. They walk into a room, and instead of bringing warmth, they bring darkness. I'm here to tell you today, some people operate like demons in disguise. They don't have horns or fiery eyes, but they do have a presence that poisons, a spirit that manipulates, and an influence that destroys. And if you don't recognize them, you'll find yourself trapped in their web, losing your joy, your confidence, and even your identity. Let's talk about 6 unmistakable signs that someone is not just toxic, but a true force of destruction in your life. My friend, have you ever been in a conversation where something felt off, but you just couldn't put your finger on it? You walked away questioning yourself, wondering if you misunderstood, if you were overreacting, if maybe, just maybe, you were the problem. But deep down, you knew the truth. Some people don't speak to uplift, they speak to control. They don't argue to understand, they argue to win. They don't care about what's right or wrong, only about how they can twist the situation to benefit themselves. It starts small. A comment here, a suggestion there. They plant little seeds of doubt in your mind, make you question your own reality. You remember something happening one way, but they insist it was different. You recall words they said, but now they claim they never said them at all. And over time, without even realizing it, you begin to second-guess yourself. They make you feel guilty for things you never did. They turn the tables, making you the one who always has to apologize. They make you believe that your emotions are an overreaction, that your instincts can't be trusted. This is not an accident. This is a tactic. They manipulate not just with words, but with actions. One day they build you up, making you feel like you're the most important person in the world. The next day they tear you down so brutally that you wonder what you did wrong. And the truth is, you didn't do anything wrong. That shift in behavior, that sudden coldness, it's all part of the plan. Because they don't want you to feel stable. They don't want you to feel secure. They want you constantly walking on eggshells, constantly chasing their approval, constantly feeling like you have to prove your worth to them. You might think, well, maybe if I explain myself better, they'll understand. Maybe if I try harder, they'll change. But no, my friend, that's the lie they want you to believe. Because as long as you're trying to fix the situation, you're trapped. As long as you're trying to prove your good intentions, you're playing their game. The moment you see it for what it is, the moment you recognize that they never intended to meet you halfway, is the moment you begin to break free. The most dangerous thing about these people is that they don't just manipulate your thoughts, they manipulate your emotions. They know exactly what to say to make you feel guilty, to make you question your own heart. They know how to make you doubt your own strength. And if you let them, they will drain you until there's nothing left. They will make you dependent on their validation, only to withhold it when you need it the most. But listen to me now. You are not weak. You are not imagining things. You are not too sensitive, and you are not crazy. What you feel is real. What you see is real. And the moment you stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, the moment you stop pleading with those who never intended to be fair, is the moment you start taking back your power. Some people will never take responsibility for their actions. Some people will never admit they are wrong. And that's not because you didn't explain yourself well enough. It's because they don't want to. Their goal was never to resolve the issue. It was to keep you in the cycle. A cycle where you're always trying to prove yourself, always trying to earn back their approval, always feeling like you're the one falling short. But you don't have to live like that. You don't have to stay in that game. The moment you recognize that someone is manipulating you, the moment you decide that you will no longer participate in their deception, is the moment you start to break free. And when you break free, you don't look back. You don't try to fix them. You don't try to convince them to change. You take back your peace, your clarity, and your strength, and you walk away. And my friend, when you do that, something incredible happens. The world starts to feel lighter. The air feels easier to breathe. Your thoughts become clearer. Your confidence stronger. Because you were never weak. You were never broken. You were never the problem. You just needed to see the truth for what it was. And now that you do, nothing can stop you. Look around at the people in your life, and you'll start to notice something. Some people build. Some people uplift. Some people leave behind a legacy of kindness, of strength, of encouragement. But others leave nothing but destruction in their wake. Wherever they go, there's chaos, there's brokenness, there's pain. And the worst part, they don't even stop to look back at the damage they've caused. They don't care about the friendships they've ruined, the trust they've shattered, the people they've left struggling in their aftermath. It's easy to ignore the pattern at first. Maybe you think they've just had a rough past. Maybe you believe they've been misunderstood. Maybe you've convinced yourself that if you just love them enough, support them enough, they'll change. But time reveals the truth that some people don't bring storms by accident. They are the storm. They don't stumble into chaos, they create it. They don't break things because they're clumsy. They break things because that's who they are. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself standing in the middle of their destruction, wondering how you got there. Think about the people who always seem to be at the center of trouble. It's never just one bad situation. It's never just one misunderstanding. It's a pattern. Every job they leave, there's drama. Every relationship they end, there's bitterness. Every friend they lose, there's betrayal. And yet they never take responsibility. They never stop to ask themselves, could I be the problem? No, it's always someone else's fault. It's always the world against them. And they have an excuse for everything. They blame their past. They blame the people around them. They blame the circumstances. But they never blame themselves. And you want to know why? Because taking responsibility means change. It means growth. It means looking in the mirror and admitting that they are the cause of their own suffering. And the truth is, some people don't want to change. They don't want to grow. They are comfortable in their destruction, and they want to pull others into it. You've seen it happen. Someone full of potential, full of hope, full of dreams, only to get caught in the gravity of someone else's chaos. They start doubting themselves. They start losing focus. They stop chasing their goals because they're too busy putting out fires that they didn't even start. And before they know it, years have passed, and they're left with nothing but exhaustion and regret. These people don't care about the cost of their actions. They don't care about the damage they do. They will take and take until there is nothing left. And if you let them, they will drain you dry. They will leave you empty, broken, questioning everything you once believed in. And do you know what they'll do when they've taken everything from you? They'll move on to the next person. Because that's what they do. They consume, they destroy, and they move on. You can't fix them. You can't save them. You can't love them into becoming better people, because real change doesn't come from you. It comes from within them. And if they are not willing to see the destruction they cause, if they refuse to acknowledge the pain they bring, then no amount of patience, no amount of kindness, no amount of sacrifice will make a difference. But here's the part you need to hear. You don't have to be part of their destruction. You don't have to keep trying to fix what they keep breaking. You don't have to keep making excuses for them, hoping that one day they'll finally realize what they're doing. Because the truth is, some people already know what they're doing, they just don't care. The strongest thing you can do, the bravest thing you can do, is walk away before their destruction becomes your reality. Before their patterns become your patterns, before their chaos swallows you whole. Because no matter how much you love someone, no matter how much you want to see them grow, you cannot force someone to change. The only person you can save is yourself. The only life you are responsible for is your own. And if you waste your time trying to fix someone who refuses to be fixed, You will wake up one day and realize that your own life is in ruins. And my friend, that is not what you were meant for. You were meant for more. You were meant for greatness. And the only way to achieve that is to walk away from anything and anyone that is pulling you down. Some people walk through life without ever feeling the weight of their actions. They speak, but their words carry no kindness. They act, but their choices leave only pain. They look at the suffering they cause, yet they feel nothing. No guilt, no regret, no remorse. You could sit across from them, tears in your eyes, pain in your heart, and they would stare back at you as if nothing was wrong. And the truth is, to them, nothing is wrong. Because they do not feel what you feel. They do not care how their words cut or how their actions destroy. These people are not just cold. They are not just distant. They lack the very thing that makes a person human: empathy. The ability to feel what someone else is feeling, to care about another person's pain, to see beyond themselves. But these people, they don't see beyond themselves. The only thing that matters is what they want, what they need, what they feel. And if you suffer because of it, that's not their concern. They will not lose sleep over it. They will not spend a second wondering how they could have treated you better. They will move on with their life as if nothing happened, while you are left picking up the pieces. It's easy to tell yourself that maybe they just don't understand. Maybe if you explained your pain a little clearer, they would finally see what they've done. Maybe if you gave them another chance, they would finally change. But, my friend, listen to me now. You cannot teach someone to care. You cannot force a person to feel something they do not have inside them. You cannot beg someone to have a heart. You've seen it before. The ones who hurt others and then say, "You're too sensitive." The ones who betray your trust and then say, "That's just the way I am." The ones who leave you broken and then tell you, "It's not my fault you feel this way." They refuse to take responsibility because in their mind, they have done nothing wrong. They have no ability to step outside of themselves and see the damage they have caused. And the worst part, they never will. You could spend years trying to change them. You could waste your energy, your love, your kindness, hoping that one day they will wake up and realize what they've done. But the truth is, they will never change because they do not see a reason to. They will continue to hurt, to lie, to manipulate, and they will sleep soundly at night because to them it was never their fault to begin with. And the longer you hold on, the more of yourself you lose. Because you are not like them. You feel deeply. You love fully. You care about the way your actions affect others. And that is a gift, but it is also a danger when placed in the wrong hand. Because people without empathy will take your kindness and use it against you. They will take your love and twist it into something they can control. They will make you believe that you are the problem, that you are weak for feeling the way you do. But you are not weak. Your heart is not a weakness. Your ability to feel, to care, to love, that is your strength. But you must learn to protect it. You must learn that not everyone deserves access to your heart. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Because some people will only take and never give. They will drain you of everything you have and then leave you empty, wondering why you were never enough for them. But hear me now. You were always enough. It was never about you. It was never about your worth. It was about them, their emptiness, their inability to love, their refusal to feel. You could have given them everything and it still would not have been enough. Not because you lacked anything, but because they have nothing inside them to receive it. You cannot save a person who does not want to be saved. You cannot make a heart feel that was never meant to feel. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you will free yourself from the pain they caused. Because the pain was never yours to carry in the first place. It belonged to them, and it always will. Some people walk into your life with a smile on their face, but there's something behind their eyes that doesn't sit right. They shake your hand, they call you a friend, they act like they care, but when you step back and really look, you realize their actions don't match their words. They tell you they want the best for you, but somehow they're always the first to bring you down. They act like they support you, but when you achieve something, they are nowhere to be found. They don't celebrate your victories. They only show up when there's an opportunity to tear you down. At first, you don't notice it. Maybe it's just a bad day. Maybe they didn't mean what they said. Maybe you're overthinking things. That's what you tell yourself because you want to believe the best in people. You want to believe that those who smile in your face actually mean it. But over time, a pattern starts to appear. Every conversation leaves you feeling drained. Every interaction feels like a battle you didn't sign up for. And before you know it, you start doubting yourself. You start questioning whether you're the problem. But my friend, listen to me now. You are not the problem. The problem is that some people do not want to see you rise. They hide behind kind words, but their actions expose them. They laugh at your dreams, but disguise it as a joke. They discourage your ambition, but claim they're just being realistic. And slowly, little by little, they chip away at your confidence, at your belief in yourself, until you no longer recognize the person you used to be. This is not an accident. This is not a mistake. This is a strategy. These people thrive on control. They don't need to hurt you physically to break you. All they have to do is plant doubt in your mind, make you second guess yourself, make you feel like you're not capable, not strong enough, not good enough. Because if you start believing in yourself, if you start realizing your true potential, they lose their hold on you, and that is what they fear the most. You see, these people don't just dislike your success, they fear it, because the moment you step into your strength, the moment you stop needing their validation, the moment you outgrow them, they lose control. They want you small. They want you uncertain. They want you looking to them for approval, because as long as you do, they can manipulate you. They can shape your thoughts. They can keep you exactly where they want you, beneath them. But let me tell you something. You are not put here to live under the shadow of someone else's insecurity. You are not meant to live in fear of someone else's opinion. You are made to stand tall, to rise above, to step into your greatness. And the moment you realize that, the moment you stop seeking permission to be who you were meant to be, is the moment you become unstoppable. These people will try to make you feel guilty for growing. They will say you've changed. They will accuse you of thinking you're better than them. They will try to shame you into staying small. But that is not your burden to carry. You do not owe anyone an explanation for becoming who you were always meant to be. If someone cannot handle your growth, that is their battle to fight, not yours. So don't wait for their approval. Don't waste time trying to convince them to be happy for you. If someone cannot celebrate your success, if someone resents your ambition, if someone feels threatened by your dreams, then they were never meant to walk this journey with you. And that is okay. Not everyone is meant to go where you are going. Not everyone is meant to understand your purpose. And the truth is, some people will never support you, not because you are doing something wrong, but because they are afraid of what it means for them when you finally step into your greatness. So, my friends, stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop shrinking to make others feel comfortable. You are not here to dim your light. You are here to shine. And the ones who truly care, they will never be threatened by your success. They will never try to keep you small. They will cheer for you. They will lift you up, and they will remind you that you were made for so much more. There are people in this world who will speak with confidence, who will carry themselves with charm, who will convince you that they know what's best. They will tell you what you want to hear. They will promise you things that sound too good to be true, and for a while you might believe them. You might find yourself drawn in, thinking that maybe, just maybe, they have the answers you've been looking for. But listen to me now. Words are easy. Words can be crafted, rehearsed, polished until they sound just right. But words without truth are nothing more than deception. There are people who will twist reality, who will manipulate facts, who will make you question your own thoughts and feelings. They do not want you to think for yourself. They do not want you to trust your own instincts. They want control. And the easiest way to control someone is to make them doubt their own mind. You've seen it happen. Maybe it's happened to you. You start to question something. Maybe a situation doesn't feel right. Maybe a person's actions don't match their words. You bring it up and suddenly you're the one in the wrong. You're overreacting. You're imagining things. You're too sensitive. They make you feel like you're crazy for even noticing. And before you know it, you start doubting yourself. You start ignoring that voice inside you that's telling you something isn't right. And that is exactly what they want. Because the moment you stop trusting yourself, the moment you start believing that they know better than you do, they have power over you. They can make you believe whatever they want. They can make you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault. They can shift the blame, rewrite history, and leave you standing there questioning everything you once knew. But here's the truth. Your instincts are not wrong. That feeling deep in your gut, the one telling you something is off, that is real. That is your warning sign. That is your protection. And the biggest mistake you can make is ignoring it. Because once they have control over your mind, they have control over your choices. They will convince you that their way is the only way, that their truth is the only truth. And before you realize what's happened, you've lost yourself. You've given up your voice. You've stopped thinking for yourself. And that is not how you were meant to live. You were meant to stand firm. You were meant to think for yourself. You were meant to trust that voice inside you that tells you when something isn't right. No amount of smooth words, no amount of false promises, no amount of manipulation should ever have the power to take that from you. There are people in this world who use their words like weapons. They twist them, sharpen them, turn them into something that cuts deep. They use their words to control, to deceive, to manipulate. But words without truth are empty. Words without integrity are worthless. And once you learn to recognize deception for what it is, once you stop doubting your own instincts, you take back your power. Because deception only works when you believe the lie. Manipulation only works when you doubt yourself. And the moment you decide to trust what you know deep down, the moment you refuse to let someone else rewrite your reality, they lose control. They cannot twist what you refuse to accept. They cannot deceive someone who stands firm in their truth. So, my friend, open your eyes, pay attention, look beyond the words and into the actions. Does this person truly care about you, or do they only care about what they can get from you? Do they build you up, or do they make you question your worth? Do they speak truth, or do they speak in a way that always benefits them? You don't have to live in confusion. You don't have to accept lies. You don't have to let anyone make you feel like you can't trust yourself. Because the truth, the real truth, will always stand, no matter how many lies try to cover it. And when you learn to see clearly, when you learn to trust what you already know, no one will ever have the power to deceive you again. There are people in this world who will take everything from you, your time, your energy, your kindness, and they will give nothing in return. They do not see you as a person with thoughts, feelings, and dreams. To them, you are a tool, a resource, something to be used for their own gain. And the moment you are no longer useful, they will cast you aside without a second thought. You may have met someone like this. At first, they seem charming, kind, maybe even caring. They know what to say. They know how to make you feel important, needed, valued. But over time, something changes. You start to realize that everything is on their terms. They only come to you when they need something. They only call when it benefits them. They only make an effort when there is something to be gained. And the moment you need them, the moment you ask for the same kindness you have given, they are gone. These people do not love. They do not truly care. They only take. And if you allow them, they will drain you dry. They will leave you exhausted, empty, wondering what you did wrong. But the truth is, you did nothing wrong. The problem was never you. The problem is that some people are not capable of giving what they take. You see, a person like this does not feel guilt for using others. They do not feel shame for taking advantage of kindness. In their mind, the world revolves around them. Your needs, your pain, your struggles, they do not matter. The only thing that matters is what they want, what they need, and how you can serve them. But my friend, listen to me now. You were not put here to be used. You were not meant to pour yourself out for someone who will never do the same for you. You are not an endless well for others to take from until there is nothing left. You are worth more than that. Your heart, your kindness, your generosity, those are gifts, and they should be given to those who appreciate them, not those who only seek to exploit them. There comes a time when you must recognize what is happening. You must see these people for who they are. And when you do, you must make a choice. Do you continue to let them take, or do you walk away? For some, the idea of walking away is difficult. You might think, but what if I help them? What if I love them enough? What if I show them kindness and they finally change? But let me tell you something. You cannot change someone who does not want to change. You cannot force a person to care. You cannot make someone see your worth when they are too blinded by their own selfishness to notice. And so you must decide, will you spend your life giving to those who will never give back? Or will you protect what is precious inside of you? Because your kindness is precious. Your heart is precious. And not everyone deserves access to it. These people will try to make you feel guilty for pulling away. They will say you are selfish. They will call you ungrateful. They will act as if you are the one who has done wrong. But that is only because they can feel their control slipping away. They do not miss you. They miss what you provided for them. They miss the benefits. They miss having someone to lean on without ever having to return the favor. Do not fall for it. Do not let guilt keep you trapped in a cycle of being used. Because the truth is, you deserve more. You deserve relationships built on mutual respect, on genuine care, on real love. Not relationships where you are nothing more than a convenience. And when you walk away, something powerful happens. You start to feel lighter. You start to reclaim the energy that was once drained. You start to see how much of yourself was being lost in a place where you were never truly valued. There are people out there who will cherish you, who will appreciate your kindness, who will give as much as they take. But you will never find them if you continue to give your time, your heart, and your energy to those who only seek to use you. So, my friends, step back. Look at the people around you. Do they give or do they only take? Do they build you up or do they drain you? Do they value your presence or do they only call when they need something? And if the answer is clear, if you see the truth of what is happening, then you must have the courage to protect what is yours. Because you were meant for so much more than a life spent pouring into people who will never pour back into you. My friend, the world is filled with people who will try to deceive, manipulate, and control you. They will hide behind charming words, disguise their intentions, and twist reality to serve themselves. They will drain your energy, make you doubt yourself, and keep you trapped in cycles of negativity. But you do not have to live under their influence. You do not have to accept their deception as truth. You were meant for more than a life spent doubting yourself, shrinking for the comfort of others, or giving endlessly without receiving in return. You were made to stand strong, to trust your instincts, to walk with confidence in the direction of your purpose. The moment you recognize these people for who they are is the moment their power over you begins to fade. The moment you decide to break free from their grasp is the moment you reclaim your strength. You do not owe anyone your energy, your kindness, or your presence if they only seek to use and destroy. You do not have to carry the weight of someone else's darkness. You are not responsible for fixing those who do not want to change. What you are responsible for is your own path, your own growth, your own light. So choose wisely who you allow into your life. Surround yourself with those who lift you up, not those who tear you down. Protect your heart, guard your mind, and walk away from anything that seeks to destroy your peace. And when you do, you will find yourself stepping into a life of clarity, strength, and unshakable purpose. You were not made to live in the shadows of deception. You were made to rise.